after these Epstein leaks. Of course, we're talking about Epstein again.
But it's all connected.
Right? It is all connected,
Right.
especially too, if you look at
Israel, Epstein, Iran, all of it, dude. It's all connected.
But it's like we have something so blatant, right? Where we blatantly have politicians who are being blackmailed, right? At minimum, they're being blackmailed just for political gain or whatever. Maximum, they're doing like rituals and like eating people, right? Obviously, you could decide what you believe or what you don't believe. But like, there's no protest, there's no mass like unrest
or strikes
or anything about it. If you go back with COVID, when they were telling us to log into our house and take the vaccine and like 6 feet apart, and if you're like you can't visit your like grandma if she's about to die in the hospital, and it's like people just shut up and did what they were told. And it's like if you pay attention to the way the AI is being used to basically spy on the American people, and all of our data is being wiped. All of our data is being sent to like a bunch of different data centers who are able to just completely know everything about you. And it's like we're entering into, and again, 1984, but we're literally entering into just like straight up technocratic like domination, and no one does anything about it. And then you add to, again, where it's like, what is like the quintessential thing that Americans talk about? It's like, oh, no more foreign wars, no more foreign wars. That's what the last election was basically ran on. That's what the big thing Donald Trump ran on.
Right.
And it's like, this is just another blatant spit on the face of like, whatever the American people think you want, whatever, like, does not matter. We're not doing that. We're actually going to do what the special interests
we
want us
don't
to
matter,
do.
right? Exactly.
Because we're literally cattle. It's literally like you are cattle.
Shut up,
You're there to just pay taxes. You're there to just keep the economy bumping and produce children for the armies. It's like, that's what you're there for. Maybe you get a nice tech company, you get hundreds of millions of dollars. Maybe we'll probably care about you. Other than that, be gone.
It's a hopeful probably. Because like chances are that no.
If you can throw your money around, maybe they'll be forced to care about you.
Yeah, but then you become part of that special interests group. You're no longer us. You know what I mean? Like,
that is true.
Like,
because I would even imagine it's like getting certain connections, contracts. Like even if you pay attention to with like I don't know if you're looking into like the AI stuff with a Claude. What company owns Claude? Do you know?
I don't actually.
I forgot the actual company name, but they had a contract.
They all kind of blurred together, honestly.
Yeah, they had a contract with the U.S. government, and they were getting their contract pulled because they were keeping certain limitations. I didn't look into it too deeply.
From the government?
Because they had certain limitations on their AI to not. I think like the rules were there can be no automatic like death killer robots. Like I see you as a threat, and I'm gonna kill you with no human oversight. And I think it was mass surveillance of the they can't use their technology for mass surveillance of the American people. And then the government threatened to call them like a non-compliant company or something like that to basically make it so that like they can't get government contracts.
Right.
But it's like
crazy.
That's the way that they manipulate you because
for sure.
If you're a private company, for example, if you look at the boycott laws, there's a lot of boycott laws against Israel where if you boycott them, they'll literally say that you can't get another government contract. And it's like that's like the only country we do that for.
Right.
And there's a lot of stuff that we only do for Israel because we have this special alliance when it's like,
right.
No, the politicians have a special alliance to the money that they're getting, and they're selling out the American people for Israel
for sure.
And their strategic goals. So it's like all around.
And like, I have a question. This is more so for like the people who are pro-Israel because I know you're not, but like, what do we even get out of this alliance?
Well,
like
we have
realistically,
certain tech. They're like, so this is like the main argument. Like, they're the tip of the spear.
Tech is more advanced than our tech.
They're a very powerful country in terms of their technology.
Like, I understand that, but I still maybe it's my own American hubris because I still feel like we're probably the most sophisticated in terms of like military tech. You know what I mean? Like, I mean that is a possibility, I guess. I just never thought of it that way because I always thought we have the stronger army, the stronger tech. You know what I mean? Like we sell things to Israel. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no, we do, but they have. They're
tech. Also very like non-compliant when it comes to like sharing what they're doing. So like you are right. Chances are they probably have gotten more advanced because they don't like to share with nobody, whether it's how many nukes they have or like whatever they're working on. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because I don't like we get certain tech stuff from them. We have like intelligence from the Mossad, even though we shouldn't believe anything the Mossad says, mainly because they will lie to you to do whatever they want.
Us.
No, but even then, it's like if we look at the weapons of mass destruction lie that we got when we went into war in Iraq, which was another war to get rid of Saddam Hussein.
Thing, right.
It's like that was again another strategic pillar that was part of the clean break memo where they talked about 1996 to strategically get rid of certain countries in order to, like get rid of the peace process for Israel, whatever. That's a whole other complete tangent. But it's like we get information from them, we get tech from them, and they're the tip of the spear to get for them to fight with their soldiers to attack certain groups that we don't like,
Right.
like terrorist groups. So like we'll align with Israel to get rid of, like, for example, like the Houthis or something. If the Houthis are acting up, we'll have Israel do something, we'll have their military do something instead of our military, and they're like the tip of the spear for
Don't
the
you
attack.
find it interesting that like all these terror groups that have sprung about since like the late 90s, early 2000s, like they attack every Muslim country around them, but they never attack Israel?
I know, well, not all of them. I know, like, ISIS doesn't really attack Israel.
ISIS never did. Al Qaeda didn't. You know what I mean? Hamas is probably the only one you could say did because they're literally fighting them.
Houthis.
They bomb other Islamic countries and other. So like I don't know. For me, like it starts making me think like, well, it's a little interesting that like these Iran-funded terrorist groups are attacking all these other Islamic countries, but never like the main threat that they all have. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's a little fishy to me. You know, like
Yeah, I don't know enough about. I wouldn't know enough about that to make like a specific claim. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at all, though. Like if I had a
Right.
poly market bet, I mean, I wouldn't be.
right.
wouldn't be
I feel
surprised.
that, and like obviously there's no like proof, but it's just like pattern recognition.
Well, I'll tell you,
know,
this:
like
for the little proof that there is with Hamas, let's say, obviously Hamas gets money from Iran, so like not to say like, oh, they like the Israel is the only main funder for Hamas, which is just not true because they get money from them. But there was a point in time where
although
Benjamin
Israel does
Netanyahu,
fund Hamas too,
yeah, because well, there was a point in time where like I think.
because
I believe it was like Qatar was holding money that Hamas was going to have, and Benjamin Netanyahu told him to release it, and he was quoted. I don't know if it was on recording or if it's just a transcript, but basically saying that they can control the height of the flames, and that they need Hamas to be strong
Right.
for a counterbalance for them to be able to like point to and be like, look, like we're fighting this existential threat. We need to be able to do whatever we want to basically bolster their claim. Because I mean, at the end of the day, most militaries are evil. Let's be honest here. Most countries are not acting benevolently.
No, for sure.
Our country, Israel, Iran,
Any of them.
any country, Russia, China, whatever country you could choose on, like throw a dartboard at the map, right? And they use things strategically to get the people to hate each other and for people to like be fighting and all those types of things. Because at the end of the day, there is a true difference. It's like, because we are human, like we are humanity. And maybe it's like, nice to say that, hard to do, because at the end of the day, it's like nations are important. Not all people have the same goals and everything like that. But it's just disheartening because it's like there's this strategic game that gets played by countries, and then the people end up the one at the brunt of it. Because it's like, it's not Barron Trump. Barron Trump is not the one going into these countries and fighting, right? It's not Donald Trump's kids who are out here dying. It's not
There's
like
a petition going around to make.
he
to
should.
get him
Honestly,
to go.
he should do that because that would show power. I mean, and Barron Trump, if he wants to ever be the emperor of the universe,
Right, I was
he's
gonna
got
say
to
like back in the day,
join the
the
army.
prince would have to go out and defend like the king's honor. You know what I mean? Like if they want to like refer to themselves as like the new royal family.
Yeah,
like,
if you look at like some of the
do
great
royal things, then dog,
some
go
of the
fight
great
this
emperors,
war.
like Alexander the Great, he was in the front of the battle.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? He was
the,
fighting.
the lead commander, right? But now it's like, go get the Goy's kids to go die. You know what I mean? Like
No, but I mean that's just true. Like that's just how it is. Because it's like, why am I going to do it if I can get someone else to do it? And I think we've gotten to a point where we set it up where like we no longer expect that. Where back in the day they expected. It's like, oh, you're going to send us to die. You're going to be in the army as
right.
well.
It's not expected, but it's like heavily implied. Like nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Like come on, just go for it. You know what I mean? It's a great honor for your country.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, if you join the military at this point, bro, if you're here for like trying to save democracy or whatever, like that's your point.
No,
It's
like,
you're
I'm
just
not
a fool.
gonna- I'm not
If you're
gonna-
here, if you're here for like,
I'm not gonna clown people for joining the military. Like a lot of people join because it's a
They
steady
need it.
job,
They need
right?
to.
Right. That helps them with school, whatever. You want a Camaro, get yourself a Camaro. You know what I mean? But like, just don't go in with these false like
ideas, yeah, of
right.
course.
If I'm gonna do this because we're perpetuating democracy in the world and we're the liberators, it's like, bro, you're the Fire Nation. You know what I mean? Just be self-aware. You know, like I'm not gonna clown you for going to the military and like defending your country. That's patriotic, sure, whatever. Like,
But it's just like obviously, again, I think I 100% agree with you, and I like venerate people who join the military. I haven't done that. It's like
I thought about it at one point.
What they go through is something I couldn't even imagine. Right. You know, and obviously there are people who die for this country. Like there's 3 Americans dead after the actions of the United States government. It's like they're dead. Their families have to mourn, but the people running the military aren't.
They're fine.
They're fine.
Right.
So it's like obviously, yeah. If you're a regular soldier, I was mainly saying that. Like if your whole thing is like I want to like spread democracy or freedom, it's like but it's like it's just not what's happening.
Yeah, agreed. 100% agreed. And it like it's crazy to me that we're still like I'm sure you saw like the presser with Trump where he hit us with like the Lord Farquaad and whatnot. But like it's just crazy that we're still playing this like moral high ground card with like the Epstein fucking shadow just looming above everybody. It's like, bro, what moral high ground do we have at this point? You know what I mean?